Another day, another stream. How's it going on, folks? Oh my god. Dimitri, how's it going on? You again, my friend, you again. Love to see you. How's it going? Alright, let's get this thing going. Going well, my friend. How about you? I need to get that going. Alright, we in. Okay. Alright. Let's get that chat open. Okay. Good. Good. So, what are we cooking today? Fine, I want to sleep. I won't yell, okay? I'll do some Linux ASMR. Fast forward 5 minutes while I yell about types. Good luck on sleeping, my friend. Good luck on sleeping. I'm not helping, but that's the price to be a Linux enthusiast. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? So. We're making this work, alright? We're making this work. So today, we're not focusing on the DB themselves. So we've already understood what we want to do with the DB. So good night, good luck, and have a nice day. Good night, my friend. Love you. Alright. So, for DB design, we've already kind of solved it. 99%. So the main idea is just to have a type ID, and that type ID will pretty much be used for any function. So if we have a function, if we have a struct, if we have a type def, if we have a standard type, no matter what the hell we have, there's going to either be a table for it, or we'll find another way to add it to it with another table. So let's forget about the DB for a minute. Let's not think about DBs, okay? Let's go back. Let's focus on one task from the parser, okay? So we need to get a file in. God damn. I look awful. I'll be okay. So let's think from the parser point of view, right? When we're parsing a file, we have one file in front of us. We have access to the other file, but we don't have access to their result. So we don't know what the other thing were parsed in this version, but we're able to look at includes to know how a type is designed. Okay, we're good. So there's a couple of things that I want to do today. So the first thing that I would want to do is to make a system that would be able to look at the declaration of a struct. So let's say that we have a declared struct. Okay. I want to be able to look at each element of the struct. So if we have an int, for example, if we have an underscore E17, and if we have another struct as part of our struct, I would want the system to be able to at least output, probably in some kind of list, in some kind of array, how to encode this inside of a database, right? How do we encode an int? How do we encode a type def? That's what the underscore U16 is. It's a type def. So how do we encode the type def? That will then point to the more standard type at the end. And how do we encode yet another struct from within our struct? So all of that can be done through our structure right now. So the DB, we don't have to worry about it. It's working, it's cooking. But what I want to do is to be able to parse a file from top to bottom and to be able to get each of the declared structs and like put them in a format that we can do something with them later on. So what I'm thinking about is to have a couple of recursive function that could maybe bounce of one each other. Well, technically it's only in one way, or maybe not. Anyway, who cares? So we need recursive function. The reason why we need something that is recursive is that if we have a struct that contains a bunch of underscore underscore E17, well, we will need to like run the function from within the function in order to decrypt whatever the hell this is, right? If we have a struct within a struct, we'll need to run the function within the function. And same thing if we have an int within a struct, within a type def, within a struct, you see where we're going with that. So we need to design that. So today the only focus is on type. We're not thinking about functions. We're not thinking about anything more fancy than that. Let's hope. But that's the focus for today. So let's get started. We're going to first not delete, but comment out everything that we've done previously. Well, because it's not of any worth. So here we have this. How about we do a new function, right? Let's make this, copy this over. And instead of AST nightmare, we're going to call it AST type. All right. So how do we want to design this? So let's say that we are parsing through a file. When we're parsing through that file, we would want to detect what is a struct, right? So let's copy that over, because that's basically what this does, right? So we're parsing through a file, we're getting all the cursor, and all the cursor, you can just think about it as units of codes. So we're parsing through, getting all the children, getting all the kids. Let's make a processing list so that we can store the results. And to be able to think about it a little bit more, I want to take a look at some code. So let's go on Bootlin version 3 for Linux. Greetings. How's it going, Nigma? We're coding. We're coding today. Alright, so I just want to find a little header file that has a couple of structs inside of it. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That sounds a bit more complicated. Okay, that's on the simpler side. Yeah, this has everything that we need. So we've got simple structs, we've got complex structs, I guess. Pointer. Okay. So that looks like a thing that I want to mess with. Okay, let's get to it. It has gone great so far, I suppose. Finally, I've been able to sleep half the day. Well, that's great. That's exactly what you need to do. Exactly what you need to do. I wish I would have more sleep. I'm going to try to have some more tonight. It's just hard, right? It's hard because you feel... Well, I'm going to say... to stop saying you, because maybe it's just me. But I often feel like I'm not achieving anything in a day because I don't have enough time, and then I try to do more because I have this feeling of lack of achievement, and then it pushes back my sleep. Then I have a hard time waking up in the morning. If I have more time to sleep, I try sleeping more time, but I have a daughter, so it doesn't work. And if I don't have the time, well, I'm just completely screwed, and I don't have the sleep, so then you don't achieve anything the next day. So it's a cycle. It's a dumb cycle, but hey, such is life. Such is life, folks. We gotta live with that. Alright, let's just put a comment here somewhere so that we remember that this file is absolutely based. RIP. Okay. Good, good. How about we parse this? I have done 0 work the past days because this year I have practically worked 24/7. Brain fog isn't fun. No, it isn't, my friend. There needs to be a balance, right? You cannot only be duty, you cannot only be working. If you do that, you'll just burn yourself. And you think you can get through it, but nah, you cannot. Such is life. Yeah, let's just take a look at what the cursor kinds are, because we would need struct declare or whatever is the equivalent of this. So let's just take a look in syntax for that. Cursor kind. All right. We should have a list somewhere. Or not. Oh, man. Oh, okay. I think these are. Hello from Quebec. Hello, my Quebecois brother. How's it going? Okay, let's just start with the beginning. I'm overcomplicating everything. Before trying to know which is what, let's just parse through our file, vomit everything that comes out of it, and we'll find the right name for the right thing. That's easy, okay? That's the easy way to go about it. So let's do a quick print statement where we do kids.kind. And we're going to put like a bunch of dashes into kids.spelling. All right, good. So it's just going to parse through our file. Yeah, let's comment that out. Let's do return. Whoop. Come on, return. Okay. And let's run this somewhere in there. Okay. Brain has failed to compute. As good as it can. Based. Would agree with that. I would agree. Oh my god, I'm just not scrolling up enough. Okay. That's dumb. Alright. But instead of that, we're going to use this file. Alright. Think we're good to just see what it does. Let's go. Well, to be honest, I do not need to step back up. If I finish the PCB design, then I have a whole shipping time for programming. China to Sweden takes... Sorry, bleh. Okay. China to Sweden shipping takes about a month, in my experience. That's pretty long. Would anything that would need to be shipped to Sweden from China, would it go like by rail to Russia? Or would it be the kind of thing where it would literally be container ship all the way like through the Mediterranean? Oh man, I think I forgot to zoom in. Oh no, I zoomed in a little. I'm not just a GL PCB worker, Sorofoi. Not just a slave. Can say. I'm a geopolitics nerd, okay? I need to know these things. How do we cut off the supply? Let's starve all of them. No, okay. Okay. Let's stop the memes. Alright, does this give us the result we expect? So here we have binding thingy and SVC thingy. Let's go check. SVC, yes, and binding, yes. Okay, it gives us the result that we expect. That's great. So let's use that info, right? So now we have function, no, it's struct declare, that's the kind. That's the cursor kind that we want to analyze. So let's filter for that. So here we have an if the kind is this, then we'll look into it. Okay, so now we have the struct declare. Anyhow, enough about my neat project. What about your own project? Well, it is, I'm sure your project is neat. And if ever you want to talk more about it or share about it, you're welcome to, okay? Discord is there for that too. And yeah, for my project, we're slowly cooking. I know you were not there for the other stream, but last 2 or 3 streams, it was DB design time. So we were pretty much doing this, doing the DB. And doing an idea for somewhat performant DB without too much drawback. So that's what we have for now. So we're able to store structs, raw types. That's how we could call them, the smallest type that we could. And more in the future, we should be able to store a function within this and a bunch of other stuff. I'm just trying to limit myself to only parsing structs. Yeah, this DB interface is a PHP-MyAdmin. It is awesome, okay? Use it if you have any DB. This is the Lord and Savior, okay? This is so cool to design. So, yeah. Okay. Now, so let's think. Okay, we have a struct. Let me speak out loud a bit. Okay, we have a struct. So we need to store the struct using these 2 things. Okay. So right now, what we're storing is not a struct. Holy shit, I'm overcomplicating this so much. Is not a struct through time or through space. It is just a struct and the working of a struct, okay? So we don't need to store the lines where it is. We don't need to store from what version to what version the struct exists in. This is not what we're doing, okay? So this is why we don't think about that. The only thing that we need to do is to store the declaration of a struct and have the information that would be useful if ever that struct were to be used somewhere else. So I want, for example, if I have the most known struct in the Linux kernel, oh, if you don't know that, you're a loser. No, I'm joking. Task struct, okay? So if you have a task struct, I would like to declare it only once and then be able to refer to this ID in order to say, I have a task struck. So that's the idea here. That's why we need this, right? It's to be able to refer to something multiple times if it has a specific construction without having to literally rebuild it each and every time. So, the first thing that we have from a struct is its name, right? So here, we store the name. So number one thing, I should have written a pen and paper. Holy Christ, I'm forgetting things. First thing that we need to know, we're going to do it one at a time, okay? First thing we need to know is the name. So let's start with that. Let's put this, oops, let's put this in the list. That we do append, that we take the spelling. Here we go. We have the spelling of the struct. Easy. My inner criticism whenever I try explaining anything. True. Okay. It's normal to hate yourself a little whenever you're explaining things. It's because every part, every small part that you don't understand come out to the top and it becomes frustrating, right? This is why making Linux kernel videos is always triggering, okay? I don't understand nearly enough to be explaining that much, so it's triggering all the time. Okay, so we've stored the name. So right now, we have one thing done. One. The measly. Very small thing, okay? This. Now, next thing that we need. Well, technically, we could encode that it is a struct, but let's not even think about that, okay? Let's not even think about that. So we have the name. Now we need to think... Sorry. Now we need to think about what is within that struct. So when we think about... let's not think about this complexity. Let's think about this, okay? Let's stay simple. So we need to be able to look at each line of the struct and to be able to get something useful out of it. So we need to know what type it is. We need to know if it's a const, if it's a pointer, if it's something else. So we need to be able to parse to get data from each of those. So it would be great if we had a function that we could recursively pass these through to be able to get that information and output it into our list. The best way to learn is to teach. True. Especially if you don't want to to deceive, okay? If you want to deceive, then doesn't do much. I hate that whenever I hear struct, pictures of struct in C syntax pops up while I'm trying to think in Python. Indeed, if only CEOs of school would learn that. CEOs of school. That's kind of a word that doesn't fit. At least it doesn't fit in... well, I can only speak for Quebec. Doesn't really fit the Quebec education system. But I still understand the struggle. C syntax of a struct compared to Python. I only know the C syntax for structs. Is there structs in Python? No, it's only classes. No? I utilize CEO for manager, which cannot manage. Okay. Structure in Python, data class or slot. Well, technically, an array is a struct. Just no bytes offset. Okay, I get you. Okay, let's go back to it. Okay. So if we want to design this, like, very, very dumb, okay? Like, very, very simple. We would make this giga recursive, okay? So let's do how do we call it this? We call this AST type sniffer. Haha, that's a name, okay? Whoo boy. Okay, so we feed self. We're going to feed it a cursor. Yep. And that's about it. Don't see what else. And it should return inside of our array, right? So we should be able to do something like this, and do AST type sniffer, and maybe type sniffer is not the best name. Should I find a way to open up that struct before I do anything with it? No, if it's recursive, it needs to be able to handle a I'm screwing this up, I think. Slot is straightforward. How does it work? If I make wire because underscore slots sounds like a special function call that shouldn't be utilized by anything other than the module library. Don't know anything about it. Okay, so let's think about the design a bit. How about we do struct sniffer? Okay, let's think about it that way. And struct sniffer is there to iterate through a struct and act accordingly. Okay, so that's how I'm thinking about it. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. All right. We back. We back. So let's do this. And let's give it a struct to F around with. I don't know if C standard syntax inline passes on to Python. Don't know anything about it. Okay. Okay. First thing that we should seek to do should be to iterate over every argument within the struct. How do we do that? I'm betting it's a get children thing. The kids. Okay. Get the kids. Okay. Here we go. Let's just print what is inside of the cursor for the struct, right? Because right now we have a cursor for struct declare. Let's see what's inside, and let's see what good thing that we can get out of it. So we would need to print whatever is within it. Let's the way that we know that it's special. Okay, maybe not that much. Yeah, sounds good. And let's put a return in so it doesn't die. All right. We should be good. Okay, okay. Okay, I get you. I get you. You got me. You got me. I had to put self. Yeah, you got me. Oh, man. Well, functions are defined that has starts with underscore mean they're special specific. It's a function that should only be utilized by a module which defines it. Yes, that's my understand of why the underscore is used. It's for internal use only, because it could have some weird outcome if you use it outside of it. But I'm far from knowledgeable on this. Switch to my laptop. Trying to typing on the TV is not good for interactions. Yeah, typing on the do you type with the controller? Oh, poor MB, where he's going unhinged trying to type. No way. I'm just thinking that you've typed everything before with the controller. Oh my lord. For example, underscore underscore mylib underscore mem clear range, a function which clears some memory address range which is specific to my internal lib, and outsider don't know what it does. Yep, I get that. This is my understanding too, that it's why you should use it. But maybe it would make sense that we would use an underscore underscore function. No, no, that's dumb. I was about to say something dumb. Forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, so let's look within the NLMC LNT. Okay. That's the thing, okay? That's the one that we wanted to look at. Music, come back. Not that one. Okay. So we have field declare for the one that are not structs. I think that's the idea. Let's just look at it, right? So the first one, host name, is a char. It's not a struct. So that works. That's a struct. So it needs to be handled as a struct. After that, field declare for the type def. That's interesting. So type defs have are considered just types, not structs or something else in here. Okay. So what that essentially means is we should be able to process this line by line, and if we see that it's a struct declare, we loop back to the start of our function to process that struct declare. And if it's a field declare, we should jump to a new function that is there only to handle either type defs or types. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Seems like it could work fairly well for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new array. I'm going to call it sub processing list. Just so we can put stuff in and then throw it as a package out, so that things are ordered a little bit like they would be inside of a struct, right? That's the overall idea here. So let's get that going. I think we're in. Let's read a bit. Okay. At enigma underscore underscore slot is used in a lot in a lot of tools, SQL Alchemy and others, and is really fast and simple. At MBE, where utilizing the word fast in an interpreter scares me. You pedantic bitch. But thank you anyhow. When I want a simple struct, I tend to use it. Otherwise, I use add data class. Behind the scene, add data class uses a dictionary, not underscore underscore slot. At MBE, this is why I don't like Python. Why is there dictionaries in my structures? Well, it's because it's the simplest way to do it, no? It's to just have somewhat a dictionary. Anyway, XD. Okay, at Enigma, lol, you are right. Python isn't fast, but it can become really slow without reason if we are not prudent in our choice. Yeah, that's always what I say. My poor performance and cache its. Look how they have massacred my boy. Like using recursion. That will be slow. Easier with loop, with a manual stack, but way slower. Yeah, recursion is slow, right? So what I'm doing right now is probably like mentally retarded. Especially when we go to the God struct, the task struct. I just don't know anything about performance optimization, but yeah, that's like the struct that has 1500 struct within it. Yeah, that's going to be an hard one. Why is that faster than a single jump? I'm trying to understand how I would go about doing this. So what you're saying is if I put like a main loop and I'm looping through shit a bunch of time until everything gets processed, it's faster than having recursions. Like for any other language, for C for example, that would make sense to me because of the stack, right? But does that concept really extend to the way that Python handles functions? I think Nigma is hitting at the same thing as I do. Does Python really have like an idea of a stack? Each call to a function, there are a lot of things going on, even more in Python. Oh, I'm so dumb. That's true, right? Because if there would not have the like, how could Python generate this if it had no idea of a stack within it? I think and beware, I get you. Well, it would be possible to do this without a stack system, but it's like, okay. I installed Gentoo with ZFS rootfs and manual kernel config. I want to modify Gentoo ZFS rootfs page, but I don't know how. Good? I have no effing clue. Gentoo is literally the thing I don't touch, just because I don't want to lose my life over it. I already lose way too much time, and when I get into these projects, man, I never get out. So I prefer wasting my time on a parser. If you can do it all in main loop, it would be better for performance. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll find a way to design around that. Or maybe I should just like do it recursively for now. And whenever I have something that works, then implement it inside of a loop. Because I bet I could just make it like some kind of dumb choice. It would probably be easy. But me thinking about it at the start is probably harder. That's the issue. Not the smartest cookie in the box, okay? Not the smartest cookie. And be aware, well, yeah, I am aware of that. Helper function are always hidden devils. But of course, why is it even slower in Python? Like, can they pre-parse the data mapping instruction? Well, of course it's always going to be slower in Python, right? Python is not made like to be slow. For something as big as what you are doing, I would try to do multiple worker that work in that's already done, my friend. This multi-core, I solved it, okay? Just ignore any instruction I put in this. can be done multi-core. Just assume it, okay? So, that's like... that's my summer, okay? That's my summer. Okay. I would touch you... Okay. Well, anyway, I am insane, and yet Python somehow beats me to that statement. You'll get over it, Nigma, okay? Your turbo obsession with optimization, you'll get over it, okay? Sometime we just gotta get it going. Alright. Okay. I always become so lost when I cite someone else's decision. Well, you're gonna have to look at my decision and suffer, okay? Suffer, you piece-esh... No, I'm joking. No piece of garbage here, okay? I love you. Oh, man. We're being dumb here, okay? We're being dumb. Let's go back to the work, okay? Let's go back to it. I'm so sorry, I'm blinding you each time. I'm like... Beep! Beep! Okay. I'm effing around with you so much. So part of Python are fast. Yeah, everything that's written in C. Yes, I agree with that. As long as you use a native Python function, it will be fast because they are written in C. Yes, I agree so much. Yes, I am aware how omitted precompiling instruction work. I don't know why. When I read Nigma, I always read you as like such a guy that like debates. You're in the trenches of Reddit. Okay, but since a lot of modules are themselves within Python, the slowness compound. Yeah, this is my understanding too. Like there are some modules which are great because they're pretty much only mappings to C. Like Syndex is one of them. But there are other modules that are like, bro, I ain't using that, okay? The question is always come, why doesn't Python do such simple optimization by default after years? Because it's impossible. There is always a drawback. Yes, it is a 4D chess move. Okay, Nigma, I love you. I love you. This statement is out of ignorance for the balance that the Python devs have to do, right? Because the Python devs are not retards, okay? They're not. They're not drinking some antifreeze in the corner waiting to, like, die. They are smart. They know what the F they're doing. It's just that whenever they look at everything... Did I ever say they were? Nigma, I'm not saying that you're dumb. I'm just saying that you're mentally challenged, right? It means the same thing. You cannot say to a high-level dev, like I couldn't come in front of Linus, okay, and say to him that his coding decisions were shit, okay? No matter how much research I have, I am a retard and he is the big brain, okay? He could be having the deepest level of dementia and I would still be trash. So there's a point where you just have to assume that something that has been done by so many people looking at the code and coming up to a consensus, and like, it cannot be shit, okay? It just cannot. You cannot tell me that it is. They're doing the best that they can. I don't think you know what I am even talking about. Lol. No, I don't know about the simple quote-unquote optimization that you could bring to Python and why they didn't do it. But saying that it isn't a 4D chess move is freaking... It is blatantly, like... You know I'm so smart. Like it is, you're stretching it a bit. You're stretching it a bit. They're trying to weigh the cost benefit of any decision within the design. There's no good and bad decision. There are only languages that are adopted, okay? And right now, if you're Python, you probably feel pretty effing great about the fact that you're one of the language that are pretty adopted, okay? Along with Rust. Yeah. Summary, Python is a program which is compiled from a compiled language. Yes, this program, much like compiler, translates its syntax into a block of tree of operation. I don't disagree with any of this. You're going to explain to me how Python works. I don't disagree. But Python has its own design, right? It's made in a specific way for a specific reason. And it's always a way, they're weighing between what's good and what's bad, and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And there's probably a way that... there's probably a way to make Python way faster if you remove some things and you add explicit types or whatever. But we're weighing things here, right? Python makes it easy to program in so many ways. You can do procedural programming, object programming, functional programming, event programming, all in one language. That flexibility has a cost. Yep, I agree with that. AL, in my opinion, Linus is a genius based, okay? You're stating water is H2O. Nobody's going to disagree here. And if somebody does, he's getting a timeout, okay? So don't disagree. Don't disagree. But the difference is that execute upon those blocks, unlike compiler, which translate them into assembly, and then the assembler assembles the assembly into machine code. We understand that it's an interpreter language. It's an interpreted, or I don't know the terms, okay? We understand that it is that. But you stating that it's an issue is just you completely ignoring the text from MBWare and all the Python devs that would tell to you that MBWare has it completely right? We're just trying to weigh. And Python is there to weigh the F out of simplicity. This is Python's thing. Both interpreter and compiler have their place. Python and practically all interpreter still jumps into its block function, a special block that holds the compile code. And okay. Nigma, I love you. Okay. Nigma, I love you. Okay, I love you. I know that you don't know. Okay. That's the word that I was searching. Arrogance, okay? You don't know how arrogant you are. And I love you for it, okay? I love you. I love your blindness. Oh. Some compiler have their large runtime or almost interpreter looking at you Windows DLL. And hence again, I always have a question, why don't they do that process for all code, as they call the same block over and over? I need to get back to this. To die. Okay. Enough. Based MBWare at the most. The best answer. Because we don't know. It's true. Okay, I need to stop with the walrus operator. I have a mental issue, okay? That's me overusing it. Okay, we need to stop. Oh my god. We're having fun, okay? We're having friendly debates. You bitch. Is my keyboard in another language now? Are you kidding me? Can't I use, like, a normal language, not, Québécois, No, no, no. No, okay? Don't, switch my keyboard each time I click on escape, okay, I only have one keyboard, but somehow... What the fuck is this? Bro. Oh my god. I'm the retard, okay? Hide the kids. Okay. I don't know. I don't know with how much arrogance I want to read this. Okay, I don't even have the right chat pulled up. Okay. MB at MBware. Well, yeah. Interpret. It's just that the X interpreter has a special meaning. Type, overloading, create on a new function as we run. At MBware. Okay, so what part didn't you read in my explanation? We already know all the possibilities. Add Enigma. In Python, you can dynamically create a new function exactly as you need at that run. At MBware. Ah. So, like on js.run. He triples down! Okay. The best keyboard layout is US International with dead key. I don't know what you mean by dead key. I should add German layout in that area. You're so late, lol. Yes, I'm late. Yeah, okay, so let's say those parts we interpret at runtime while loop. But what about that? What about the parts that we already parsed, hence cached into the block tree? My friend, okay? Everything that you're saying has already been done and optimized for, okay? The Python language, if you run something 1500 times, will optimize for the next run. Okay, this is something that Python does. Like, one of the... Okay, maybe I'm dumb, but one of the reason why it's preferable to use map and these type of thing is because Python... But why the 5,000 time? Because something might need repetition in order to get to the result. This is... You're literally, like... You're describing right now why map exists in Python. Map is there to... Oh, we're going to reuse that 5,000 times throughout this whole array. Let's make some optimized code for it. And just use it on whatever the array outputs us. Okay? Okay, I'm dying. I'm not debating this. First of all, I don't know shit about this, okay? I don't know shit. I just know what I read from Python docs, okay? That's all I know. So, first of all, ain't debating this shit. Second of all, Nigma, you're wrong. My argument, I don't have any, okay? I'll let my Quebecois Chad brother MBE wear, okay? Absolutely wreck your ass. And even if he doesn't say anything, I'll still say that he beat you at the argument, okay? Whew. We're doing dumb shit here. We're doing a lot of dumb shit here, okay? This is what we are. We are doing some very dumb thing. Okay. Okay, but yeah. Okay, we back. Okay, we back to the code, okay? This is good code. Okay, this is not good. This is good code. Alright. So, let's recursive the F out of it, okay? That's the plan today. That's how we do it. Okay, I think that we got it. I think that we're big smart, okay? We're doing this. This is going to be the most disgusting construction ever. And I'm in it. I'm here for it, okay? I am here for it. Oh, we need to put self. Okay. I don't know if you gave a link, but if you did, didn't show up. Anyways, how's your day? True, that's the best answer ever. Okay, let's do the type sniffer. Alright. Okay, let's just run this for now because my brain... I'm not here at all, okay? I'm just vibing for the fights that are going on in the chat, okay? I'm just all in for it. As good as it can. We're doing great, okay? We're all doing great. Why wasn't it able to, like, recursively go into the struct? Something ain't working. Anyway, I'll think about it afterward. Okay. I don't have any excuse now, I need to look at it. Okay, it's because it's got no kids. It's got no kids. Okay. Okay, my life is going to be complicated, but this step is going to be easier. Okay. Oh, also, if I may ask, have you considered your loops? Like, you know, their actual range? I think I get what you're stating, but I don't... like, for parsing the kernel right now, loops have not been an issue for me, and I've parsed the whole kernel with ctag and stored millions of things inside of a DB, like over 20 versions. Like in a previous version of this, I did it, it wasn't an issue. I don't know what you're writing. I'm too dumb for it. IE0 arrow X to the Y. Where X is your range, but your Y is your error range. A limit which creates an error upon reaching it. Okay, I get that. Thank you. No, okay, let me answer this correctly. And. Okay, I'm thinking too much mathematics here, okay? And, okay. No, I have not think about the range of my Python loops. Mostly because it's not been an issue in the most extreme circumstances that I've used them, and I do not think that my current system will be any worse than the garbage design that I had before. So that's the idea right now. It's not an issue for now. Well, the big thing is that the only way a loop in this system could be used more is if we have more file to the kernel. But there cannot really be more file to the kernel. Well, to a certain point, right? Until it gets segful or worse. Continuation, okay. It still works, but not completely. Yeah, that's the best kind of errors. Okay. I need to think about how I want to do this. Okay, so if... Look, I won't get anything more out of the struct. That's accepted. So I thought that we would be able to recursively go into the struct, and because it would have access to the include, it would be able to, like, describe me what the struct is. But I guess I'll have to do some SQL magic for this one. Exceptions. Error checking is undervalued. True, I agree with that. This is why I do not use it at all. There's no check to my system, okay? I am the check. Yes, okay? I am the check. No errors are getting past me. And okay, can we just clip this and put it put it in the future? Like whenever this shit is burning to the ground and I have to rewrite it all. I'm ready. Ooh, vars declare. I have not thought about that. NLMSVC. Ops. Gay ops. Okay. Okay, that's the one. Okay, no, it does what I thought it would. Okay, okay, okay. Well, not really, but it's no issue. Okay. Try exception pass. Is the worst. True! Yes! The good old skip the exception and just live with the fact that this code may fail, but you won't know about it. That's so good. Exceptions are good if you use them for normal tiny error and those abuse them. Well, it can be part of the design, right? There is this this idea of man, there's a wording for it. Like, it's faster to ask for forgiveness than be safe or something like that. But yeah. A multi-application range error. I prefer an exception over a break return, middle of a loop, break return, in the middle of a function is like go-to. It's... I too have found that, like, you have way more control using exception to go out of loops. It just makes sense. If you utilize return in the middle of a function, you're crazier than me. Well... I must be freaking retarded. I feel like I'm using a lot of returns a lot of the place, my friend, okay? So yeah, I'll be crazy, okay? I'll be crazy for you. Upon such restructure, if you can't, then utilize a go-to. Won't talk about Python, I guess. But my preferred way to program, if for every function returns an error status. Alright. Enough read for today, okay? So we won't get any deeper in the structs. Okay, if we don't get any deeper in the struct, we should know at least what type of struct we're... okay, no, that's the name, right? Sorry, I'm being dumb. I'm being dumb. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me think what I'm going to say true. Okay. Those are the elements. Okay. Wait. What? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. What the fuck? I'm getting some damage over here. Okay, where the F is F close. Okay, F close. It's because of my recursive bullshit. Is that right? Yeah, that's because of it. That's because of it. Okay. Okay, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. Bro, that one... that one hurt a lot, okay? That one hurt a lot. My brain died on that one. Okay. Oh, hey, Sophia Phil. Hey, oh, Maple. Woohoo! Taking my first extra vacation in 2 years and 2 jobs starting today. Nice, Sophia Phil. When we say extra vacation, how long are we talking type of vacation? Are we talking like a day? Or are we talking like a week? Are we talking like 2 days? What are we talking about here? Want to know? Give me the juicy detail. Okay, okay. Okay. Taking 3 extra days on top of the 2 days off for Christmas. Oh man. That's fun. That's fun. Don't plan anything, okay? That's the best type of vacation. Don't plan. I know we all have obligations. I know, okay? We all do have obligation to see our family. But for every other day, okay, they can go fuck himself. that's the plan. Well, Sophiophil, for as long as you'll be not there, well, not working, I'll be streaming. And even after that, so you'll be able to have fun. Alright. Okay, Sophiophil, I'm just going to give you the dynamics right now. So MBEware and Enigma are currently like they're recreating the whole world of computing to themselves. They went into like, should Python exist, to now they're going into the uses of returns and go-tos inside of functions. So I am talking to MBWare. Drew! Shut the fuck up, Maple. It's your stream. Who cares? Yes, okay. I wanna fill Sophiophil in, okay? He has the right to look at this and be like, what the fuck is going on? Okay. 100%, fuck everyone, but I'll be here for a little debugging fun. True! Okay, so let's leave Nigma and MBEware to their fight to the death. Or maybe it's a kind conversation. Who knows? Okay, who knows? So I don't know where you were, or if you were there. That's the better wording, okay? Because I don't remember a lot of things. But we've got our DB down. So please, for the love of God, okay, DB is down. So that's the that's what we're going on with. So for now, we have all type structs and type defs. They're taken care of. This is Nigma, no. Okay. Not fighting. It's all good. So we've got DB down. Okay, DB is done. And now we're parsing some shit. Okay, this is where we are. I think we have a good conversation. Okay, that's good. Some good conversation. I love it. Okay, go ahead. Provide, which is rare for programmers. Okay. Not too hard on the stroking there, okay? Provide some entertainment for the side of my screen. I'm all in. Okay. So right now, I need to store the important information for the structs declare within the structs declare. So let's take care of this, right? Let's take care of this. So we should need the name of the structs declare and the type of the structs declare. How about we try? Okay, how about we try? Let's just put a little dash there. I just want to run this without all of this shit. All right. So here we have our struct, and here we have each member of the structs. So now what we have for each members, it's their name. I think that's their name. Let's go check. Where the F am I? Okay. Where is binding? Okay. So the name. Eh. This is melting my brain. Why did I choose this? Let's go down. I do not understand. Okay, structs, NLM, CLNT, initiate data. Okay, let's look at that one, okay. So host name, that's the name of the thing. Socket address. Okay, so if it's a struct declare, the spelling give us the spelling of the struct, but not of the name of what we're declaring or whatever. While on the other side, for host name, it gave us the name. Okay. Okay. So if I do get argument for this, it would probably give me the declared name for the structs? Maybe? Yeah, that makes sense. What do you not understand? Oh, okay, you mean for this shit? I would probably need to play with it in the editor for like an hour and then understand, right? Because I'm not a big brain guy, so if I like throw this in here... Okay, let's open a new file. Okay, let's put this in there, let's zoom the F in, okay? Let's like stop with that dumb shit. Okay, so to me when I look at this, I see a struct being declared, right? So we have something that is type BE. And normally when we use the pointer thingy with the parentheses, it's for a function? No, structs cannot have function. No, it's for the pointer of a function. Okay, okay. Okay, I think I'm cooking. Pointer of the function. And what is contained? What are the arguments of said pointer of function is these things. Okay, let's read the answer from Nigma. Okay. fopen us a function with the argument. Okay, okay, I think I got it. Yeah. Yeah, that's... I got it. Both SVC RQS and is a pointer that point into a struct. That function pointers return BE. Easy! Okay. Yeah, so I understood. Okay. Big Indian 32. God damn. BE standing for a 32-bit range in the Big Indian format. Based! A little formatting goes a long way. Yes. Okay. Starting to get some C, guys. I'm starting to get it. Cardian! How's it going? How's it going, my friend? Forgot to say hello to you. And name Freen Nagroom. Okay? My Nagroom. That sounds like a slur. Okay. Name. Okay. Hi. I know that you're there often. I love you too. Okay. I love you too. Okay. Understood. I just don't know why they put this shit like that. Like, nah. Hell nah. Why? I don't get it. Okay. Void. Okay. Is a function pointer that takes a pointer file which points to a struct. Said pointer function returns nothing. Void. Yes. Yes, the point of this. Yes. Thank you, name. Yes, okay. And be aware. I don't know anything about anything, but I want to do some things, okay? So yes, you will have to, you all, this is all your responsibilities, okay? You will have to fill me in on what the fuck these are, okay? Oh, we talking a void pointer to a pointer? No, kill me, okay? I'm done. We shutting this window down, okay? Goodbye. I am on a killing right now, okay? So I'll go do my genocide while you try to to kill me, okay? While you try to take me down. That is an abjectly bad wording. Okay. Can we have a kids.get argument or something? I'm so smart. Okay. We're we're in. I'm being such a dumb fuck. Okay. Look at this, look at this. It's going to work first try. Fuck. Probably didn't work. We're missing a bunch of things. Okay, I'll have to read. We have large screens. We're not limited to 80 characters like we use on a mainframe. Okay. Karya, no, just teaching Maple the baby steps of computing. Nigma. No, don't speak too much. Whenever you have more than 2 arguments, you should put everything in a different line. Think 2D, not 1D. More than 5 and you start increasing the columns per line. Right. I'll write my things correctly one day, okay? Okay, so what the hell have I actually done here? So, if it's a struct declare, we go into the arguments. There's absolutely no arguments, or else we would see this, and we don't, right? Yeah, we don't. Alright, so arguments are not what these are called. Kids. You get the kids. We get the kids. This is so not good. We have kids. We have toddlers. That's because we get the children, okay? Okay. Okay, let's read a little bit. Maple, that isn't even a joke. Function pointers are basically 101. Yes, my friend, I know. I know what a function pointer is, my friend. I just don't know what it looks like, okay? Okay. Maybe not in Python, but for low level. Okay, yes, no, yeah, okay, we agree. What the lookup table is this? Python has something like that. I feel like home with your Python code. We can assign a function to a variable, then execute that variable. Well, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is why putting parentheses or not is an issue. Okay. What the fuck am I reading? I'm getting Stunlock out here. Nigma be like, Roblox syntax is questionable for the FBI. Roblox gets children brings tears. What? What am I reading? This is unhinged. Okay, I'm talking about toddlers, kids, and toddlerons, okay? And you're out here trying to add tears onto it. YouTube didn't like the whole thread. You know, when YouTube is telling you to slow the fuck down, maybe, just maybe, you should be like, maybe it's not a good idea. Who knows? Okay. Okay, now, let's stop the effing around, okay? I'm serious. We need the arguments. How the F do I get the arguments, okay? So for example, this, okay? I need to know where address comes from, okay? And here... What? Okay, no, I must I'm misreading something. I'm misreading something. I'm becoming insane. Okay, we're zooming this shit. Okay. NLM CLNT. That's there. Oh my lord. Okay. That's there. Okay. That's this. I should align them a bit. Alright. Alignment. Okay. So. Host name? Okay. Okay. What the fuck have I done? I'll read. It was before the FBI comments. It's not about speed. It's about the word get children. Yes. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Lulu embedded function is questionable when you know it. If you want an argument, you need to use getArgument on function declare. Not a struct or field. Yeah, this is what I got out of it. Yes, Python does have something akin to function pointers. Absolutely. Yes, Sophiophil. This doesn't work. But get children doesn't work either. But now I'm confused. And the reason why I'm confused is this is not the expected output, right? Because let's just run through this shit, okay? So here we have this, so this line gives us this. That makes sense. After that we are inside, so when we are inside there's this, okay? There's this little thingy, okay? So then we have host name, okay? We have host name. And then we have socket address, this. What's happening here? Why? So that would... Oh no. So that would mean that the order of these... Like when I do a get children, it will just always give me these dumb thing in that order. And I... Oh my lord. I'm overthinking this for sure. Let's run this again. And just assume that I forgot to run it. That could be an idea. Okay, let's just stop being dumb. Let's stop being dumb. Let's remove all of this. That doesn't work anyway, okay? Let's remove all of this. Remove this. So we're printing what the fuck it is. And we have a fun little definition here. Depending what it match. Are we printing anything here? Okay. 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 Yes, I would be able to get the line, but it's useless in our case. It's an order. Order. Okay. So that's a struct. That's inside of the struct. I'll do it 1500 times and I'll get to it, okay? So we're declaring this. This makes sense. I'm happy. Next one. Because it is a struct, it says that it's a cursor kind. Struct declare. My issue is why the fuck does whatever it declares right after as a field declare? I'm not going to be able to link the two. It shouldn't be there. It should be in this, under this. No? Do I not understand AST? This gives it its struct the type for this. I must be retarded. Okay, Sophiophil. I'm putting my faith into you. And I'm reading this, okay? Struct declare is just defining the data structure, shape, and member. It's not calling anything, so there's no arguments. Not sure how you get the member of the data structure true, though its index. And that's my issue here, is that, okay. How do I know? Like, let's say that address and addrelen, that address len, okay? Let's say that these two were like back to back, separated by a comma. They would be the same. So that cannot be, right? It's AST is there not to have this. So I need to, I guess, get to type kind, and type kind will tell me. That's the logic. Maybe. The kids. Okay. Is this a valid thing? Type. It's not kind, it has another name. No, it's kind. It is. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think we might get there, okay? So, address, type kind pointer. Go fuck yourself. Okay, it didn't help at all. Oh, there must be some other way. What's your burden? Okay, okay. Let me read a little bit before I get to Enigma, okay? I am not screaming at myself, I am screaming at my code first. Kids.kind. Kids and cursor, get children. Yes, that didn't work. Okay? This is why I am confused. It's because we have things that are out of order, okay? Let me explain this, and maybe it will, like, unlock in my brain, okay? We need arrows for this, okay? So, where the fuck is my file? Okay. Let's align them a bit, okay? Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, they're roughly aligned at the start, okay? We're talking about this. Let's draw. Okay, so this is this. I needed an arrow. Okay, this is this. This is this. For now, we're doing good. Okay? This is this. But I'm not searching into struct, okay? I'm not doing anything to this. Not doing anything magical to this shit, okay? Suck address can suck something, okay? But right after, in the AST, meaning as a whole new node, we have field declare. And field declare for address, which is this bitch right here, okay, is separate. Why? And if so, how can I link back to struct declare? How do I know that this one is related to this and that this one isn't? Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh my lord. Okay. Okay, let's even do the drawings. Okay, drawings are fun. Okay. This is this. This is this. This is this. And this is this. How do I know that this one is related to this, but that this one isn't? Okay, if... Okay. Okay. I cannot read it. Can you move? Why look a bit to the left? Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not looking at my replay, and I probably should. Don't you have a level indication on the loop recursion? Well, right now there is only one level. There is no recursion. That's my issue. That's why I'm brain fucked, okay? Is that there's no level of recursion. The order, whenever you found them, print them. Holy shit, you don't understand AST. Fuck my life. I'm not triggered, okay? Maybe just pick whatever is the next symbol after struck declare. That would be wrong because we can have an empty struck and we can have multiple declare after the struck, right? We could have multiple field declare after a struck if there's a comma. They are not at the same level. You must have went to an extra child level. Okay, I'm a retard. Let's assume. Okay? Okay, I'm placing you. I'm pushing you. Getting you back in. Getting you back out. Okay. What the fuck? Okay. Let's go through it, okay? Let's go through it with our massive brains. Okay. Let me just see where my chat goes. Okay, good. I see. Alright. I'll go through it. We start here. Arrows are cleaner. Okay, they are cleaner. We start here. Okay. We open the translation unit with our file. Easy. We then loop through the first layer of AST. So the biggest chunk of code that we can. And parse through the one that are struck declares. Once we find one that is struck declare, we open that struck declare through this, okay? Through AST struck sniffer, okay? Child and sniffing. Okay, Joe Biden. So we go here to AST struck sniffer and we do the actual opening, right? Because here we don't have any opening things. Here we have a for loop, okay? So we're opening the cursor that we got, the original kids, and we're opening to the kids of that struck, right? So now we have what is inside of the struck. So we print what is inside of the struck, each levels, okay? And after that, depending on what the fuck it is, we print like a reaction to it. So there's no multiple levels. Of course I'm going to name something war crime. Okay. Okay. My knowledge of AST must be wrong, okay? My understanding is what was that it was meant, it was compiler language, okay? It was like, this is how the compiler sees things and processes them into small chunks and can do cool shit with it. But right now, my understanding is that AST is just parsing line by line and deal the fuck with it. Impossible, but possible. There are 2 levels. Yes, okay, that... It's not recursive, that's the point, okay? The 2 levels is looking... Please, okay, thanks. Nice. The 2 levels is finding this and then opening up so that we can see this. Those are the 2 levels. My problem is, why is this and this on the same level? This to me makes no sense. Like, I can't even process that. Oh, sorry. You want the lexical parent, not the semantic parent, since you are tracing the source code. But yeah, track the depth yourself. You should not. When will you parse the files in Rust? Based. What a comeback. Happy to see you here, Rust. Lexical parent. No, that's an AST thing. But I don't know anything about it, and I don't understand it. Every time you get a struct, you should increase the level. I think you're maybe overthinking it, and be aware what Sophiophil is saying is like on point. The only difference I see is that it's a struct. It's a struct. Okay. It seems like you're doing the lexical tracing, not semantic tracing, hence why you are just getting things in order like that without the depth being respected. Okay. I'm a dumb fuck. I get the difference that you're going at, but I don't know which means what. Okay. Oh no, I know that the difference between semantic and lexical, okay, is one of them is like the relation between one another, and the other is like reading order. That's my 2 IQ way to put it. So lexical is probably the reading order, and semantic is the real thing, I guess. Oh, my friend, we are both dumb fucks. Somebody's going to come up with the with the Rust version of my project done before I do, okay? This is the thing. This is the thing. I am ready for it. Okay, but I'm like, is get not like, is this a thing? Get semantic children? That sounds bad. Is this a thing? It feels like something simple I could have understood and written in 5 minutes if it could just be written in C. Have fun, my friend. Failing, okay? I'm a big brain. Big brain. Yeah, are you saying that, like, semantical children are a thing in this? Semantic parent. Oh boy, I think you're cooking. You're cooking. Okay. Wait a second, wait a second. Can we have the same thing for children? No. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. So what I could do... So the idea... I think I get it. Is... that I check... Let's take our example over here, okay? Let's take our example. We've got this, this, this. And then we would check address to see who is the semantic parent. The semantic parent. The Semitic. Yeah, he's a Jew, okay? So, we'll get the semantic parent, okay? And it should give us this, right? That's the idea. What's the AST module use? Syndex. Is this name a variable or a variable function or embedded function or a variable current dynamic type? No fucking idea. Python is all about indentation. Yep, and pain is about... Yes. Indentation. Okay, so let's just try the theory, okay? Okay, I think I understand, okay? So here, we should have a... Wait. That's a thing, right? Hey, that's a thing. I know it's a thing, okay? I've used this before. What the fuck's the name for this? It's somewhere. Because I need to have the position of the thing. Oh god, I did something. Or maybe not. So I need to have the position inside of the array. So that... Oh, it's not an array. Oh no, the position inside of the array would be dumb. No. No. Okay. Forget what I said. Okay. Okay. This. Okay. This. Whenever it's a struct declare, we would set this to this. So we keep a backup of whatever the f this is. If it's a struct, right? So we know if it's a struct. And then to see if it is part of it, okay? We put a if. I'm cooking, guys. I'm cooking so strong. And we do if. The kids. Fuck off. That's a comment. That's a command, okay? That's something that exists. Syndex, get the F over here. Semantic parent. Okay, that's a thing. And that's part of cursor. It just is. Cursor. Boom. Okay. Oh, shite. I didn't check if it's, if we need the parentheses things or if we don't. Property. We don't. Okay, good. Boom. Boom, boom. Print. Okay. Okay. I'm cooking. Sophiophil is cooking. Fuck. Okay. Expected cursor instant instead of non-type. Oh, you might. Okay. 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 I should have used is. Okay. I should have used is and reversed the F out of it. Okay. This is my issue. This is the only place where equal equal doesn't have its place. It should have been is. Okay. Do I need to reverse them? Not even. Not even. That's a is. Easy is. It should be. Didn't work. So it's not is. Right? Because we should have like a dumb joke here. It's because it's not it's a copy of the item, so is does not work. So I should have done this and like protect it. Oh, fuck off. This. So now we're making sure that it's not a none. And if it's not a none, it will be able to check. Oh. Okay, I cannot just equate them together. I need to get a value out of them. I think, yes. Okay. Okay, let's read a little bit. Okay, it's lagging when I'm scrolling up. Sorry about all the comments. I don't know how you get this semantic parent, but if parent and parent kind cursor equals struct declare, then it is a member of the struct. True. True, Sophiophil, you're right. I'm trying to think about a way that it could fail. But there's no way that it could fail. It just works. Enigma, yes, absolutely right. You cannot get it from the in alone. You need something else from my understanding. But the variable that is derived from the index can be accessed from the in alone. Yes. You are overclean. Just take the parent exists. Your parents just struct declare. You don't need to check the entity. Might cause the issue. Yes, agree with you. I think you're completely right. I just didn't understand the... Okay. Yes, indexing. I hate kids. Question was for Maple, but I appreciate it just works. You don't have to check for errors. Base. I am not insane. Okay. Okay, we're all becoming insane here. First of all, Sophiophil, you're the fucking MVP, okay? You're the MVP. You are that shit. So let's kill this. Let's kill this. This is overcomplicating. We do kids equally cool. Cursor struct dev. Boom. Bida ba bum. Bow. Okay. Let's put this in quotes. Just to make sure that it has the same godforsaken format. Format. Okay. Here we go. Boom, bim, bam, boo. Alright. So now, ladies and gentlemen, Oh no! Oh no, we're dumb! We're so dumb. Eh. Eh. Okay. Wait. Let's think about what we just asked Syndex, okay? What is the lexical parent of host name? It should be this. Not lexical, sorry. Semantical. It should be the struct. So just checking if its parent is a struct is not enough. Maybe? But then, I run this, and it fails. We don't have any, ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Oh, I'm dumb. Sorry. Okay, that's... that's on me. Okay. But it will probably still fail, no? Like, our logic was so good. But maybe it will fail, yeah. So, host name, right? Host name. Let's... Kate, shut the fuck up. Go away. Okay, host name. That was our example, and it did the error thing. So... that doesn't work. So we must have more... We should probably store whatever the lexical parent spelling is, maybe? Because we're not assuming that we can do some recursical... Maybe we can. Okay. Sanity is overrated. True! You can get those kind of problems in Python, even when you don't access addresses. You should also check if the parent even exists as well as what its value is. Why would I check if it even exists? Okay, let's just remove some dumb ideas I have. Let's just remove some dumb ideas. Okay? How can we demarcate, trust, know the difference between this one and this one? We cannot go by line numbers, that's for sure. Because they could be on the same line. Oh, but we can extend. Extent may work. Because extent will tell us the shit is right here. So if we do name and extent, it will for sure point exactly to the thing, I think. Because it could be null, Maple. Why would it be null? It could not exist, much like my wife. She's gone! Okay. What if you just paid 50 cents a week to a few hundred Indian to parse everything for you? Like my boss tried to do last month. That's... You know what? Sometime I think about it, okay? Sometime I think about... How about I become like a... I was about to say prostitute, but I don't think much people will be paying that much, okay? But yeah. How about I become a slave and try to make money? Well, I'm actually already trying to make money, okay? So I cannot do better. Then I won't be able to hire these Indians because if they can do this, they can make way more money than I can offer. Even as Indians. Okay. Let's stop for a minute with the slight racism. And Okay, we're going with the extent. Yep, going with the extent. Alright. Okay, that one, that one was funny. Okay. Okay. Let's put this behind F. Look at this. Look at this beautiful code. Look at this, kids. Okay. We're getting it. We're getting it. Ladies and gentlemen, it did not work. Why? Nigma, did you cue that in? Maple Circuit, good work. Okay. Never mind. I'm too much of a good hype man, okay? I'm just hyping it up. Okay. Okay. Okay, enough comments, enough comments. Oh, I don't have the full comments. I should probably look. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, you know what? Let's put the intro in focus for 5 seconds and let's get the shit out of this done, okay? I'm so retarded! No. No, I'm not. Okay, good. We back. Yeah. Okay. Why is the semantic parent of this again? Okay. Why? Conclusion. Semantic parent of address is this struct. Okay. 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 So if you can hear me, we're confused. So the address, this is what I just checked. When we do kids semantic parent extent, so extent is able to give us the range where the thing is, it gives us this extent, right? It gives us the extent over here. But when we store the struct sock dress, well, this struct, it will store it correctly, right? It will say line 40, character something. So the storing is not the issue. This works. But this somehow goes and gets this. So my next option is to doubt this, right? What the F is going on in there? Maybe there's like a get semantical children somewhere? We're going to get through it, Nigma, okay? We're going to get through it. It's okay. It's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Okay. Okay, first of all, I am close to asking AI. Yeah, close to asking AI. Okay. Let's just search the term semantic. Okay, we've got a couple of things that are called semantic. Is this only this function? It's only this function. Reference, maybe? It's going to be something dumb. It's going to be something so dumb. Oh, man. It's going to be something disgusting. I feel it. Okay, I'm too far up, I guess. Okay, I think I got it. Yeah, I'm not sure right now. I would have expected the same as you. I'm fucking senile or something. Of course, it's not documentation of a function, but actual code to parse. Yes. Dumb Q. But did you remember to reassign what the parent is each time you hit a new struct. Yes. Don't want to scroll back and pause. Get lost in convo. So, wait, I just want to be sure that I understand. I said yes, but I want to be sure. But did you remember to reassign what the parent is each time you hit a new... Yes, this is done through this, right? So struct declare, and then I save it there. But again, my conclusion from looking at the address, okay, is that this print, right, when it was the one right after the struct declare, which should have returned the same position as the struct declare, actually returned the top struct, right? The struct that we are working in, not the struct declare within it. So this does not return what we expect it to return. So no matter if we, if this would have an error in it, we still have an issue here. I don't know how to feel right now. I assume you already did this, but apparently you haven't, so... Give more detail if you have a solution. Okay. For sure, it's some specific function over there. I can feel it. I'm just going to try things. You didn't, though. You're assigning the parent every time you hit. You aren't assigning the parent. Well, yeah. Wait, what? Yes, I could Nigma, but it would put us backward. I would have less understanding than I have now. Okay, so if it's a struct declare, it goes down this tree, okay? And it sets what the current thing we are parsing, the struct declare. So this, just to be clear, this, it puts this extent in save extent. And then if I print this and this for this thing, okay, so if I print the semantic parent for address, holy shit, can you just, oh, okay, the semantic parent for address and the save extent will say this, and the semantic parent will say this. And I don't see how you don't say that it doesn't overwrite each time it runs. Because save extent is created over here, and it is then overwritten here. Assign the semantic parent every time you hit the struct. No. But it is... That's what I'm doing. Is it the kid naming scheme that is fucking everyone over? I feel like I'm becoming unhinged. Am I wrong here? So, this is only executed in the struct declare. This is only executed in the field declare. Okay? So, struct declare, we do this. Right? So we set the save extent here. Here I am merely just reading whatever the fuck is stored inside of that variable. And it works, right? It returns what we're expecting of this extent, right? So this works. If it didn't, it would give us a result that's nonsensical. But here, comparing the lines, it makes sense. It is the right place. So this is not the issue. Right? Here I'm just printing over these lines. When you indestructible, assign the semantic parent. My goal is not to know what it is not, it's to know what it is. Well, what I am confused about is that you have checked for two different things, but you have previously tried to figure out how to differentiate between them. I'm assuming that you both are getting somewhere, and that I'm the retard. Like two person cannot look at this and be like, so let's just think about this, okay? Let me think out loud. So when we do get children, what we're doing is what is contained within our within our struct, okay? Within the squiggly thing, okay? So if we have ints, if we have structs, and if we have other things, it's going to list through them. Those are the kids, okay? The kids are each line, each group of things, okay? My issue right now is that whenever I do semantic parent for a field, so for the name of the struct, right? Which in our case is address, okay? So whenever I do semantic parent for address, instead of pointing to the fucking struct, it points to the mother of all structs. What? I'm confused. Okay, so an array of the types. I'm going to die. Okay. Okay, I'll need to cook, okay? Fuck you, Mozart. Get out, okay? We're cooking. We're cooking. Let's shove that shit a little bit. Okay. Okay. Got a couple of ideas here. Let's put the music back down. Just want to see one of the theories. All right. That's extremely sus, but anyway. Anyhow, I do want to apologize. I do genuinely want to help, but when I'm a retarded idiot when it comes to Python, I'm trying to say doctor's patient, but I'm not a doctor. My friend, don't worry. As I said, we're all retards in here. The problem isn't with Python, is because when you say struct something name, the name should be attached to the struct something, not the struct it's a member of. I just want to see if you're cooking. I'll reread that and try to understand it. This isn't the problem with Python. It's because when you say struct something name, the name should be attached to the struct something, not to the struct it is a member of. Oh no! Oh no, Sophia, you're right! You're so fucking right! It's a pointer. It's a fucking pointer. And this is going to everything up. This is always what happens, right? Oh my god. Maybe I just need to kill myself. Let me try this. Whoops. Did I... Just because it suits my mind. I just want to try this to see if it fits. Okay. No, it doesn't. Okay. It's going to be... It's so much going to be that. Okay. Okay. So, let's try to big brain this. Is it the thing where we're going to have to do the get pointy? No, that's a type issue. Even if it's a pointer, it doesn't matter in our case, no? I think we're all retarded. Oh, screw this. Okay, this shit is unsearchable. Okay, type kind, that's not what I want. Type structure. How can I get the name of whatever type we're looking at? That's our issue, right? I can just go get whatever the F the type is. And stop being dumb. Return the cursor for the declaration of the given type. I'm a fucking dumb fuck. Look at this. Look at this. It needs parentheses. Okay, we in. Okay. Okay, no, I'm a dumb fuck. Alright, I'll read a bit. I would like to think you need to... The problem with the pointy thing is that the pointy thing is for types. So we're gonna be inside of types if we do that. Right? We don't have a get pointy for a cursor. We have a get pointy for types to be able to know what type it points to. maybe I'm a bit dumb, okay? Maybe I'm a bit dumb. Maybe that's the thing. You're dumb when it comes to fundamental system creation. I'm dumb when it comes to abstraction and okay. You already have the type printed. I know I already have the type printed. I'm just trying to get to the type. I'm trying to get to the struct information from the underlying variable name. So using the information of address, I'm trying to get to the struct, because if I'm able to do that, then everything will be easy to set up. But now I fucked up something. I shouldn't have. I should have done this. This should have been my way to go. So we'll see if it makes sense. I mean, I guess the state you're currently in, insanity. Okay, where is address? Okay, it didn't work at all. Alright. Okay, so get declaration doesn't work. Let me just make sure that, like, that get pointy. Don't tell that to me. Don't tell me that get pointy is a thing that you can do on a cursor. Okay, we're in types right now. We're in types. Okay, it can only be done 2 types. Okay. Okay. So that's a start. I just want to try a few things. You're in the middle state when you have 100 different RD output that are fixed, and become a amalgam, just hitting your head into a brick wall. Yes. I'm sure some ancient compiler wizard had the same problem as you're having right now. Yes. Okay, get pointy function. It's not fucking function, dude. Dude, I don't deal with that. Because semantic parent is a cursor thing. So if you're listening, semantic parent is a cursor thing, while get pointy is a type thing. Okay. Ooh. Oh, we're getting there. Ooh. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly. We're getting there. All right. Whenever I am in that state, the fix is usually to stop, take a breather, like sitting still, staring at a wall for 10 minutes without exactly pondering. My friend, I am streaming. We have no time for that. So, but yes, that's usually the fix. Okay, but right now we're having something really great, right? Because get pointy. I need to get the USR. How? Okay, where is it? Get USR. That's for type, right? Or fully qualified name may do the same thing. Well, let's be fancy. Let's try that. The USSR. A minimum example could help here. Not sure if I understand what you mean by that. What? That was not my understanding of what this command did. But I have no understanding of anything. Return canonical type for a type. Okay, I'm retarded. Underlying type with all the sugar removed. def. For an end. Be end. Okay, this is what I want. I'm not getting the right thing. But maybe it will be interesting. Well, it is interesting. It is. Okay, it's still cool. Okay. Okay, that is cool. That is cool. Okay, let's put get canonical somewhere. This is... Okay, this... Let's put that here, okay. I'm trying things, okay? I have an idea of what I want. I usually don't go to LLM, but it claims you need to go to pointer, get pointy, get declaration. It seems very odd. But it would make sense. Didn't we do this earlier? Cursor has no attribute. Of course, it's the type that I need, dumb fuck. Okay. I'll do it right after, okay? But I think we did that. You know, comment in code, in my experience, usually mean that the programmer has no idea what their code is conveying as a language, which it should be, but they're lazy. Would agree. Oh, what the fuck have I done? Cursor is not attributed yet fully qualified name. Type has no attribute yet fully qualified name. Well, where the fuck do I get this from then? Type. Huh? Whoops. Okay, okay, let's stop thinking. We're thinking too much. Let's go to what you're talking about. Type, get pointy. We need the parentheses there. Then dot. Then you said get declaration. Underscore declaration. That should be a function. And that's a type. It should. Get declaration. Get declaration is for a cursor, so it doesn't make sense. Yeah, the LLM is fucked. I think you tried get pointy and get declaration, but not interchain together from pointer. Yeah, I must have not noted down. What is a cursor? A cursor is a specific chunk of AST. So normally in AST, we're talking about nodes, and nodes are chunks of code. So if you have a function, it will be a big chunk, and then you can zoom in into smaller chunks. So a cursor is just one of these chunks. Okay. Maybe it will get you the cursor for the reference for the pointer when you iterate through the new cursor. Yeah, pretty much. Enigma. That's the idea. Maybe you get it will get you a cursor for the reference for the pointer. Then you need to iterate through the new cursor. I get what you're saying, but get pointy is something that only applies to types. And if I do get declaration, well, let's try. So get pointy is out of the question, unless we want to play with types. We cannot jump from type to cursor. Because I don't know how AST is supposed to be called. Like, C-lang AST. They're going to tell you what the fuck it is, okay? So C-lang AST. So C-lang AST means... can I have the name? No, nobody's going to tell me what the F AST means. Okay. Okay, nobody knows what it means. What does it mean? Abstract syntax tree, okay? Abstract syntax tree. Does that help? Here you go. That's, yeah, okay, thank you. Because that would be too simple and logician and would convey its functionality without documentation. True, okay? That's what it means, okay? It conveys everything. Maybe I'm just dumb and I should do this. And then I would say, oh my god, I'm so smart. I see everything. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Cursor object has no attribute get declaration. Wait for it. Wait for it. Look at this. Look at this. There's a fucking piece of shit flying in my house. Okay, type does not have extent. Since when? Okay, then spelling. Oh, no. Okay, so we don't get anything when we do... okay, get declaration, we don't get anything out of this when we apply it to our type that is a pointer. So it truly doesn't matter. You deleted before running. Are you sure the types of the federal... Fuck it, I'll just copy it. Okay, so let's run this. And then I would need the spelling of it, right? So get pointy, get declaration, spelling. Let's go. Spelling works with both type and cursor. Okay, so it returns the name of the thing. What? Get pointy, get declaration, and spelling. It is worth trying. Okay, screw this. Screw that I'm testing, okay? And let's just live with it, okay? If it fails, it fails. Sorry, I just need to think half a second. Okay, so this in... Well, technically, if I do .type, .spelling, it would be more precise, I guess. I don't want to try. Okay, this. We in, okay? We in. Okay. Let's take half a second. Let's look where this should happen again. Oh, those are the weird one. Okay, they should probably not happen again, but... Let's just look. Yeah, okay. Okay. It works. I just fear that in some more complex code it may fail, but look. Okay, so get declaration is getting us a type, right? It's getting a... I'm so confused. Okay, first of all, you were right. We can go from a type to a cursor somehow. First thing, you're right. So it just works. Sophiophil is killing it. It is a type of string parsing. We are parsing what some way smarter people did before us. Okay, get canonical was very cool, so I'll just write it down somewhere. Shit. Okay. It was fun, but it's enough for today. Okay, we need to clean this off. Stop with all the prints. This. I should be in the prior struct. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's run this. Okay, should run. He will be unbearable. Okay. Let's read this. Address. Hi. I should be in the prior struct. Boom. Alright, makes sense. Alright. We've cooked enough. We're gonna need a new file. Okay, let's just check a new file for F a second. I'm not going to survive before we, like, put a real file through this. Oh, that looks like shit. I'm in. Oh. Alright. I want to see how it handles this. If it makes sense. Do we have a double? Do we have a thing with two structs back to back? I'm not going to find this. I should just go to sleep. What have I done? It crashed. Alright. That's good enough for me. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure if I understand you quite well. If it is, if only it was implemented in Rust. True. Okay. It was fun. We got something done. Let's just run it again to, like, celebrate the victory. So, now, that means that we somewhat are handling structs. So that's a good step. Tomorrow, we should probably focus on taking care of standard types, type defs, and getting them done. Alright, so you can explain to me why the operator implemented the functionality instead of just a simple logical method Well, because there is so much information that you can ask from the same string of data. You can just read as if you're reading a file. You can just, of course, see it like a compiler sees it. You can... there are so many ways to see the same relations. It's not Python, it's CLang, it's LLVM. It is the biggest fucking compiler in the world. Nigma, I love you. He is baiting you. I'm not sure he is, but you know what? If he is good. He is good at what he's doing. You're out of context here, but you got my confusion. Okay. Okay, maybe he is, He's good. Why implement 100 thing in one APM method? Well, because that's what the dev want. Okay, it's a bait, I'm out. Fuck this. I love you all. See you tomorrow, okay? Bye-bye.